David Bossie, an RNC strategist and former Trump advisor, is saying what's going to happen next. Must listen to the Larry Elder Show. Listen to this, number 50.
Well, yes, but it is embarrassing for this reason, Chris. The way, the blanket, and you described it very well in the open, which is it protects him from Burisma from the time Joe Biden sat there as vice president saying that he's going to withhold funds, whether the big guy's getting money, all of these things, and whether if he gives a pardon to his brother, which you and I both expect, and maybe others within the family unit that need them, he's trying to protect not only them, but himself.
And the aforementioned Jeffrey Toobin says that the pardon increases the likelihood that the January 6th defendants will also receive a pardon, number 51.
It makes it more likely, and I think it already was likely. There are 1,500 people convicted in the broad January 6th investigation. Whether he pardons every single one of them or just several hundred, I think is certainly
most
not
of them
known
have
to me.
already.
Most of them have completed their sentences, or they weren't sentenced to prison in the first place. But there are several hundred still in prison, including some for extreme crimes of violence. Will Trump pardon them all? I don't know, but I think the likelihood of a substantial number of pardons went up today because of what Biden did yesterday.
Now, these whistleblowers say that it is clear that Joe Biden was involved in Hunter's dealings. They talk about how they were prevented from interviewing certain Biden family members, that they slow-walked it, so a whole bunch of charges against Hunter could not be brought because of the statute of limitations, number 53.
When you heard this news or you saw it cross your phone that President Biden, after saying more than 10 times that he would never pardon Hunter after he was convicted on the tax charges that you believed that he was likely guilty of, what was your reaction?
Well, hi, Martha. Thanks for having us. So I wasn't surprised at all. This was something that was expected. You can tell by the maneuvering of defense counsel that this was on the horizon. And, the thing that's surprising is that the President of the United States lied to the American people about what he was going to do. And really it calls into question, other things that he may have been untruthful on right now.
I think one of the questions that is on a lot of people's minds, Joseph, is whether or not the president did this to protect himself and his own potential understanding of these taxes, these business entities. But here's what President Biden said in his statement. No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's cases can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out because he is my son, and that is wrong. Had the plea deal held, it would have been a fair, reasonable resolution of Hunter's cases. Joseph, what's your reaction to that?
I honestly think that that's completely ludicrous. I'm a Democrat, and I'm a person that believes in the rule of law. When you look at what he was charged with, criminal tax evasion, and what he pled guilty to, there's thousands of taxpayers who honestly file their taxes. They pay their taxes on time, and I think they should be disappointed by this because they're held up to a standard then that's different than the political elite. And I mean, that's, at the end of the day, that's what I'm most disappointed by, was that this person was given a free pass for a 10-year period to essentially commit whatever criminal conduct that they wanted to commit.